Hello, class. We're about to start lesson 2 from chapter 6. And lesson 2 states equation word problems. Algebra problems describe how several numbers are related. One number is the unknown, which you will represent with a variable. Using the relationships described in the problem, you can write an equation and solve for the variable. Now we're going to skip through these examples and go to the more practical problems here. So we'll do these as we go along. So we are on page 357. So now let's take a look at number 1. It says 2 houses are for sale on the same street. The second house has 1,000 square feet less than twice the square feet of the first house. So basically we'll let x equals the first house. And then the second house, it says here that it's 1,000 less, twice the square feet of the first house. So it'll be 2x minus 1,000. So the first house is x, the second house is 1,000 less than twice the first house. Now it says together the houses have 4,400 square feet. What is the square footage of the first house? So they say together, we add these two together, and it's supposed to equal to 4,400 square feet. Okay, so I put this in parentheses because this is an expression here. So since we add x plus, since there's a plus sign in front of this parenthesis, we would drop the parenthesis and leave the values on the inside as is. And I'm going to drop off the square feet until we get to the end of the problem. Now we combine like terms. This would be 3x minus 1,000 equals 4,400. Now we would add 1,000 to both sides. So 3x is equal to 5,400. Divide each side by 3. And x is equal to 1,800. And that'll be square feet. Now, again, we wanted to know how much it was for the first house. So it's 1,800 square feet for the first house. So that is our final answer. So now we go to problem 2. Now we can test this, but yeah, we can test this by putting these values into this problem here. So let me do that so you can check it. Let's take this value here because it has to equal 4,400. So we'll put 1,800 in wherever x was. So we had 1,800 plus, in parentheses, 2 times 1,800 is 3,600 minus 1,000 equals 4,400. So we had 1,800 plus 3,600 minus 1,000 is 2,600. 1,800 plus 2,600 is 4,400. And 4,400 equals 4,400. So this 1,800 square feet actually works. Now this is how you could check the problem. Now we're not going to check every problem, but if you want to, you can check the problem if you so choose. All right, now we go here to problem number 2. It says Julia has 24 coins in her pocket. The coins are either dimes or quarters. The total value of the coins is $4.50. How many coins are dimes? Hint, the value of the dimes is 0.10x and the values of the quarters is 0.25 times 24 minus x. So they give you these problems. So now what you have to do is, because they say the total value is $4.50, so you would do 0.10x plus 0.25 times 24 minus x, and that equal to, what was that, $4.50. Now they want us to find out how many coins are dimes. So this would be 0.10x plus, so we'll take 0.25 times 24 plus 0.25 times the negative x is equal to 4.50. Because remember, we use the distributive property here. So we have 0.10x. 0.25 times 24 will give us 6. And then 0.25 times x is a negative 0.25x is equal to 4.50 or $4.50. Now we combine the like terms. This will give us a negative 0.15x plus 6 is equal to $4.50. We'll subtract 6 on both sides. So yeah, 0.15x is equal to, this will give us a negative 1.50. We'll divide each side by a negative 0.15. So we have x is equal to, now a negative divided by a negative is positive. Negative 1.50 divided by negative 0.15 is actually 10. So x is 10, so it's 10 dimes. That's how many dimes you have, is 10. All right, so next we will go here to problem number 3. Now remember, you can pause this and re-watch this again. And then if you still have questions, bring all your questions to class. Number 3, the Bulldogs won twice as many games as they lost. If they played a total of 36 games, how many did they win? Okay, so first of all, we could let x is equal to losses, because it tells us how many losses they had. They won twice as many games as they lost. So they lost. I spelled losses wrong. So these are how many games. Well, I could just spell lost. This is how many games they lost. Okay, so now they won twice as many. So 2x is how many games they won. Now they played a total of 36 games. So you would take the losses plus the wins, and that's supposed to equal 36. So x plus 2x is 3x equals 36. Divide each side by 3, and x is 12. Now 12 is how many games they lost. But remember, you have to do 2 times whatever x is. So you'll do 2 times 12 is 24. So they won 24 games. So it's 24 games won. All right, now, problem number 4. It says the sum of 4 consecutive even numbers is 212. What is the third number? Now they give us this. They said let x equals the first number, x plus 2 equals the second number, x plus 4 equals the third number, and so on. Okay, so now they want to know what the third number is. So let's take a look here. So this is problem number 4. So x is the first number, plus x plus 2 is the second number, plus x plus 4 is the third number, and then x plus 6 must be the fourth number. Because remember, they said the sum of 4 consecutive even numbers. So we need 4 consecutive even numbers, and that's supposed to equal to 212. And we're trying to find the third number. So since this all just has plus signs in front, we could drop the parentheses and bring them down as is. So x plus x plus x plus x is 4x. 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 6 is 12. So we'll subtract 12 on both sides. So we have 4x is equal to 200. Divide each side by 4, and x is 50. So remember, 50 is the first number. 52 must be the second number, and then 54 must be the third number. So your answer here is 54. All right, because we wanted the third number. Okay, so we're done with problem number 4. Let's look at number 5. It says a children's store is selling pants for $6 each and shirts for $4. Brenda bought 13 items and paid $62. How many shirts did she buy? Okay, so we could do this. So this is number 5. Let me see. Pants for $6 and shirts for $4. Now we don't know how much she bought of each, so we could make it 6x is for the shirts, and then 6x is for the pants, and 4x is for the shirts. And it said that she bought 13 items and paid $62. Okay, so 6x plus 4x is equal to $62. All right. Okay, class, I'm going to have to take a different approach from this, because when they threw in the part that they bought 13 items, that kind of threw the problem off a little bit. So here we're solving for shirts. So basically what we would do is everything would be revolve around the shirts. So we know shirts we know it'll be $4 times the shirt. But then we would have to add the fact that the pants is $6. But in order for us to know how many pants there are, we would have to take the 13 items minus the shirts. Because remember, it's a total of 13 items with shirts and pants. And this was supposed to equal to $62. So just to go through it again, it's $4 for shirts, it's $6 for pants. But the pants will be determined by how many shirts we have. 13 minus how many shirts we have. So we will have 4s plus 6 times 13 plus 6 times negative s is equal to 62. So we have 4s plus 78 minus 6s is equal to 62. Now 4s minus 6s is a negative 2s. Plus 78 equals 62. Subtract 78 on both sides, and negative 2s is equal to a negative 16. Divide each side by negative 2, and the shirts is 8. So it's 8 shirts, and that's all they wanted for this problem. Okay, class, with problem number 6, it says here the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 180. What is the least number in the series? So they want the first number. So x will be the first number. X plus 1, because they're consecutive numbers, would be the second. And then x plus 2 would be the third number, because they said 3 consecutive numbers. So when we add them up, they're supposed to equal to 180. All right, so with that being said, since this has plus signs, this is supposed to be a plus sign here. Since this has plus signs in front of the parentheses, we'll drop the parentheses and bring them down as is. So now we combine like terms. We had 3x plus 3 equals 180. Subtract 3 on both sides. 3x will equal to 177. Divide each side by 3. And x is equal to 59. So 59 would be your answer for problem number 6. Okay, number 7. It says in a month, Andrew spends twice as much on rent as he does on food for his family. Last month, he spent $16.50 on rent and food. How much did he spend on rent? So with number 7, we can make x be, x will be the food, and then 2x would be the rent, because they say he spent twice as much on rent as he does on food. So now, when you add these two together, they're supposed to equal 1,650. So this would be 3x equals 1,650. Divide each side by 3, and x is equal to $550. Now, they asked us how much did he spend on rent. So he spent twice as much. So 550 is food. So we'll do 2 times 550, which would give us 1,100. So he spent $1,100 on rent. Okay, now number 8. George spends 4 times as much time helping customers as he does stocking shelves. Last week he spent 35 hours on 2 tasks. How many hours were spent helping customers? Okay, so problem number 8. So we had x is equal to, let me see, 4 times as much time. Okay, that's stocking shelves. So that's x. And then 4x is helping customers. Now, when we add these two together, according to this problem here, it equals to 35 hours. So now we add these two together. We have 5x equals 35. Divide each side by 5, and x is 7. Now, 7 hours is for stocking shelves. To find out how much time spent helping customers, which is what we want, we'll do 4 times the x. So it'll be 28 hours helping customers. All right, so now we come down here to the last few problems. We only go up to problem number 11. Let's take a look at number 9. But the directions say choose the one best answer to each question. Sylvia scored 10 points better than Wiley on their science exam. Greg scored 6 points less than Wiley. Altogether, the students earned 226 points. How many points did Sylvia earn? Okay, she scored 10 points better than Wiley, and Greg scores depending on Wiley as well. So what we would do is we would make x equals Wiley. And then since x is Wiley, we know that x plus 10 is Sylvia, because she scored 10 points better. And Greg scored 6 points less, so it'll be x minus 6 is Greg. Now, altogether, they scored 226 points. So we would add all these together. And that's supposed to give us 226 points. So we want to know how much did Sylvia score. So since we have plus signs in front of the parentheses, we'll just drop the parentheses. And then we would combine like terms. X plus x plus x is 3x. 10 minus 6 is 4. Equals 226. We'll subtract 4 on both sides. And 3x is equal to 222. Now, we're going to divide each side by 3. And x is equal to, what's that, 74. So now remember, x is Wiley's score, but they want us to do Sylvia's score. So we'll do 74 plus 10, and that's 84, which is Sylvia's score. So our answer here would be 84. Now for problem number 10. It says 2 adults and 4 children paid $48 to get into the fair. A child's ticket is $6 less than an adult's ticket. What is the cost of an adult's ticket? Okay, 2 adults and 4 children pay for a child's ticket. Okay, so X is the adult ticket because the child ticket is dependent on the adult. And the children's ticket is $6 less than the adult's ticket. Okay, now together, they were equal to $48. But before we add these together, remember it was 2 adults. So we'll do 2x for the 2 adults. And then it was 4 children. So then we'll do plus 4 times x minus 6. This adult tickets, children tickets. So now we add 2x plus, we'll do the distributive property. It'll be 4 times x plus 4 times negative 6 equals 48. So it'd be 2x plus 4x minus 24 equals 48. 2x plus 4x is 6x minus 24 equals 48. We add 24 on both sides, and 6x equals 72. Divide each side by 6, and x is 12. Now they ask us, what is the cost of the adult's tickets? Now the adults, remember, so an adult ticket is just $12. So our answer would be B. And then I forgot to put down C for number 9, because that was, since that was multiple choice, C was supposed to be 84. Okay, now we come here to the last problem. Jenny is 4 times as old as her niece Tina. In 12 years, Jenny will be only twice as old as Tina. The chart shows expression for Tina and Jenny's ages now and in 12 years. How old is Tina now? Okay, so what we would need to do, is look at the amount in 12 years. So in 12 years, we know that Jenny's age is 4x plus 12. And we know that that is twice what Tina's age is. And Tina's age is x plus 12, but we have to double that. So now we have 4x plus 12 is equal to 2 times x plus 2 times 12. So it'd be 4x plus 12 is equal to 2x plus 24. We could subtract 2x on both sides. And that would give us 2x plus 12 is equal to 24. We'll subtract 12 on both sides. And 2x is equal to 12. We'll divide each side by 2. And x is 6. Now, basically, what they were asking is, what is her age right now? So her age right now would be 6. So now we are done with lesson 2 from chapter 6. I will upload this to YouTube, and have a wonderful day.